Hi Gamma, we're going to take you out on the garden now. We're leaving from the dining room, which has a nice door. So come on out this way. And right out here, you can probably see a little bit of the hammock and the rose garden that we planted just a little while ago. And so this is a very pretty area of the garden. There's a nice view from here. And if you pan around to the left a little bit, you get some of the pine trees and the little bushes that we have. And all the way over, you'll see the rose bush in the front door where we just came in. Right over here, that's the dining room door where you came out just a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago even. And right there is also the table where we eat a lot. And this is a great place to eat during the summer because it's so beautiful out here in the sun, and it's even nicer in the shade. That's my favorite because I think the sun's too hot. But anyway, these are the vines that we have growing all over our house. We have to fight them back just to keep them under control. And up there are the windows of the guest bedroom where all your furniture is. And you can see the geraniums once again, all the flower pots that my father planted. And he's very proud of them. I think they look pretty nice.
There we have my parents relaxing in our usual area under this big tree here where we relax a lot. And right there is a cherry tree, which unfortunately has already passed its prime. All the cherries have been picked and pitted by Rusty and me and the birds. And as we pan slowly over here to the right, we will see our shed in which we store everything. And Rusty.
And me. I'll just show you around the shed a little bit here. There's not too much to see, and it's pretty messy. We use it more as a storeroom than anything. But this is our trusty grill right here, and we use this a lot. My mom has found it a savior in helping her to cook because some of the things are not as easy to cook over here as they are in the U.S. And these are just some various tools and a little storage. And over here, you'll see our trusty lawnmower. And we really need this because the lawn would be much too big to mow all by hand, if you ask me. You can also see all the TV antennas in which are inside here. And some old ladders that we need to use. Well, we're coming over here into the shade. I just had to take a little respite over here because it was getting a little hot in the sun. But I'll just continue our tour a little bit here.
I think you should say this is a linden tree, like Interday linden in Berlin. It's
Yes.
a very pretty tree.
It's a very pretty tree and it's great for the shade. You can kind of catch a little glimpse there. Now, if we'll come over this way a little bit, this is one of the cherry trees that brought us so many cherries just a few weeks ago. And Drew and I worked like crazy trying to pick all the cherries off and then take the seeds out, which was amazing. My hands were red for about 3 days after that. And over to the right, over this way, we have some more trees. There's another cherry tree up in the corner. And you can kind of see, I think that's wheat, but I'm not real sure up there, that little field. And if you go just a little bit further, you can see the cat, our predator, who has been nice enough to remove maybe a shrew or two from our yard. And right above the cat is our nice walnut tree. Unfortunately, I wasn't here when they were all ready last year, but you can see a couple of them hanging here. And my mom picked them all up off the ground once they were finished and made some nice walnuts. And I just got to taste them a little while ago, and they're very good.
Gamma, these are all our trees here, most of which are fruit. And there's the corn in the background. And that right there is a bamboo bush right in front of us. This is our playing field, Gamma, and here we have the Teets family playing croquet.
This is our big blackberry bush. It's pretty large, but it's great. They're just starting to get ripe. We've got a whole bunch of blackberries here, and they're just starting to turn red, and they'll turn black, and we'll eat them all after that. Once again, this is a view of our house. You can see the little rose bushes that are planted right in front there, and the picnic table and the dining room through the door right next to it. and then the guest room above that, and the front door with the big rose bush right in front of it.
Well, Mother, that's the house and the jardin. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Now, as you know, we live on the chemin de la Grange Rouge, which means the road of the Red Barn. So we're going to take you up now and show you the Red Barn. We think it's kind of pretty, where Monsieur Blanc and his family live. Before we go to the Grange Rouge, here's Jane's little VW Golf. We think it's kind of sporty, nice little red car.
This gamma is the Grand Rouge.
Gamma, the Grand Rouge, after which our street is named. I don't know if you can see, but the red's starting to fade a little, so they may have to get out here and paint it. You also can't smell the pretty smell which is emerging from the...
Hello. Hi.
Bonjour, Maman.
Bonjour.
Mother, you can't be with us. We are really sorry that you can't visit us in person, and so we're going to make a little tour so you can see our house and what life is like in Switzerland. This is the Grange Rouge.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in. Front door. Please join us on the inside.
Welcome. Here we are.
This is our living room.
Come on in.
Jane's going to give us a tour.
We'll start with these beautiful roses from our garden. And then you can come in and see all the furniture that we have back in Minnesota. Where are you sitting on that? Here's one sitting area. And we have a big fireplace in the corner. And then over here, I want to show you the new chest that we bought. This is our Swiss antique chest. It says 1803 up here. And it has all these cute little paintings on it.
Come on over. I want to show you one of our purchases, our music box that we got in Switzerland. We think it's very pretty. It plays 3 pieces, and they're all Beethoven, so that's a favorite.
Come on over here and see this end of the living room where we have our favorite readers.
Hi, Gamma. This is where we'll spend some of our time reading. As you can see, we've got some good books on Minnesota out here. So just when we start to miss the U.S. a little bit, we can think of Minnesota and read some of these nice books.
Great books.
This is our nice grandfather clock. I I actually put it together myself when we got here. My parents didn't think I could do it, but I showed them. I got it running and everything. And about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the sun's out, and it's a nice day. I hope you can see this all pretty well. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the tour.
Up here, we have a little powder room. A beautiful green sink. And the La Toilette. And right over here, we keep this door closed. And right over here we have the dining room. It's a nice bright room with doors that go outside. You can see the furniture that we have. Here's the tea set that you gave us years ago, 24 years. And next we'll go into the kitchen. We have the kitchen. And the woman who is always in there working. It's not like the one in Wayzata, but here's some of the products that we bought at the market today in Lausanne. A nice big square of bread and some leeks, eggplant, peppers. We have a dishwasher. And over here on this chest we have some pottery that we bought here in Switzerland that we just love with the cows on it. There's a fondue pot and pitchers and plates. It's small in here but adequate. You might notice there's no room for a kitchen table, so we have to eat in the dining room. This is going back the other door into the living room.
There you have the nice view out the windows. Little cornfield and the trees out there. There's the other window over there. So even though she's slaving in there all day, my mom sure has a nice view. Before we leave the nice kitchen, I just thought we should show you this wonderful refrigerator that we have. It's that white one right there. And I'm still amazed that my mom was able to feed 14 people out of that little thing when the Tiger Tones were here. It's amazing what that woman can do. We're going to go up these few steps here and see the wonderful laundry room that we have.
This is the second place I spend most of my time. This is really handy. We have the washer and dryer in here and a place to hang clothes and big sinks, vacuums.
Ironing board.
And if the truth be known, we have this second big refrigerator over there in the corner.
Laundry room, we got the little view down there, down the hall into that wonderful powder room. Then turn the corner, and we go up a couple more stairs to the next level. Also a nice view out the window here. And my dad is very proud of this because he planted those geraniums that you can see right there. In all, we've got 4 window boxes, and my dad worked very hard to plant those. And there's a nice, let's see, nice tree out there producing some shade, and you can even catch a glimpse of the cornfields out there.
It also produces walnuts, that tree.
Yeah, around here is our guest bedroom, and this is where we have that beautiful set of furniture that you gave us, the cherry set.
Cradle.
And here are the other window boxes in here. This is where we were going to put the old chest that we bought that's downstairs in the living room, but we couldn't get it up the stairs in here.
The beautiful armoire that we bought to go with your wonderful bed and chest. Unfortunately, ours is not quite as nice. Over here, come over here, we've got a nice view out the window. Window boxes and a nice view.
Today you can't see the mountains.
There's a glimpse of our yard with one of the Teats boys out there. Looks like they're playing croquet. And that's the hammock that Drew and I gave to our mom and dad for Christmas. And we were so nice as to make them carry it all the way back from Boston. They were really happy about that. And before we go, we're just going to show you the nice figurine that you gave us and the lamp on the table over here. And now we're heading out to the next room.
I just want you to know, Mother, that we built this armoire. This did not come like this. It came in pieces. And there's another one upstairs in the loft that we built, and there's a couple more in Jane's dressing room that we built. And this was a big project. We came over here, and I was still recovering from the neck surgery, and Jane was carrying these heavy pieces around, getting ready to build them. Things don't work in Switzerland like they do in America.
So Gamma, when you come over here, be careful what you hang in there. Knowing my dad's construction, it may fall down. Now this is the little hallway up here. As we come over this way, heading to the next part of the house. It's my parents' bedroom right in here. And there's a nice view. They even get a view out there into the fields.
This is our bedroom, and this is our window that looks out on Monsieur Blanc's field here. And sometimes he has cows grazing right outside the window. And on a clear day, which is not today, you can see mountains in the distance behind these hills, which are very pretty with snow on them. And if you look out this way, you can see Lac Léman and the French Alps, and there's snow on them too. But today is not a very clear day, so we'll have to wait for another day to give you the view of the mountains. There is something that is happening today that unfortunately you can't observe, and Monsieur Blanc is perfuming the neighborhood. He is spreading manure over all of his field, and the wind is blowing right in this window, so we're getting a little bit of Swiss perfume today. So we'll have to thank Monsieur Blanc for this. Rogues gallery of the kids here, and we have a closet over here. Here's a picture from you from your birthday that we celebrated in California with you almost 7 years ago. Here is our closet. It's a good-sized closet, actually, with 2 hanging closets here and some shelves over here, which is unusual in Switzerland because you pay taxes on the number of rooms that you have, and a closet is counted as a room. So most Swiss houses don't have closets. That's why we have the armoires. Now we'll show you our master bathroom. This again is a good-sized bathroom. We have double sinks, we have a bidet, we have la toilette, we have a shower here, and we have a bathtub over on the other side, and it also has a shower, so we have all the comforts of home.
In my parents' bedroom, we moved back into the hall, and right over here, it's through.
And I'm going to show you our bathroom, which we have to come down from upstairs to use. But it's a pretty nice bathroom. We have our shower, and we have a sink and a toilet all in one room, which is pretty nice. As you can see. It's not as big as my parents', but it works for us.
One of the things about Switzerland is that there's no screens on the windows, which takes a little bit of getting used to. So sometimes, in addition to Monsieur Blanc's perfume, we get some wildlife in our house. So far, nothing too big, but here are a couple of the resident spiders that make webs. I vacuumed some of them up today. They had little babies, and you have to, we vacuumed up the babies, and then we stick a rag in the holes of the vacuum cleaner so that they don't come out again. Just part of the charm of living in Switzerland.
Moving into the family room here, And here's more of these wonderful, this time it's shelves, but we got to put these together too. Luckily, I was here to help. This is Rusty, by the way, speaking. So you can tell just by looking how much sturdier they look.
We don't have many places to store things, so we use these shelves for our desk area. This is our sitting room, and we spend most of the time here in the winter. We can close the door and turn on the heat, and we have 2 big radiators, so it gets nice and warm. Charlie has his exercise bicycle, we have the TV, we have a beautiful view, we have the stereo. This view in the winter is as pretty as it is right now.
If you look over here, have one more little touch of home. Got these little paintings here. Got one of Boston, from my mother's family, Minnesota, and of course, Kentucky. Now, leaving the family room, we go back out into the hall. There's the bathroom once again. Make a little turn here. And there's the more hall area, which we've seen before, that little area. That's what you see coming up from downstairs as well. And now I'll show you over here, and this is my mom's dressing room. We're just gonna kind of grab a peek in there. It's a little messy, you know, but that's where she keeps all her clothes. Now we open this door, and there's Drew to take us on the tour of the upstairs area.
This is the loft area in which Rusty and I and everyone else who visits us stays, and as a matter of fact, we have 5 people up here now staying here, so that explains the mess that the place is in. But it usually looks like this just because there's always so many people up here. See, we have the Swiss flag celebrating the 700th birthday, which was on August 1st, hanging up there. And if you come on up here, the steps are a little hazardous. There's a couple, especially on the way back down, that are smaller than the rest, so you have to be very careful walking down, especially at night. Alright, well here's our mess. Welcome to the loft area. And if you think this looks bad now, you should have seen it when Rusty's Tiger Tones were here. There were approximately 16 people living up here, and the entire floor was covered with suitcases and beds and everything. As you can see, there's still some people living here. But there's one bed and our couch from the basement in the old house. And again, a beautiful view out onto the lake. If it was cleared, we could see it. This is a huge room, and it's great for us. We even have some storage area, along with enough space for all of us to live in and sleep in. This is the second half of the room up here. This is where all the beds are. Again, they're all filled. We have 2 beds. Rusty usually sleeps over there on the far side. And then this is a guest, Christopher Teets. And that's where all my mom's winter and my dad's summer and winter clothes are stored. That's the closet for Rusty and I. Rusty and me, excuse me. And that's where I keep all my clothes because there's not enough closet space. That's everything I own right there on the floor. And then over here we have my bed, and in the corner there we have a mattress on which one of our other guests is sleeping, and some of his clothes. And if possible, I can try to show you the view out the window, although I don't think you'll be able to see much.
But it's not that clear, so you may not be able to see very much.
I'm standing right at the gate to our house. He's right across the street. Now we know why we're getting the smell. Merci, Monsieur Blanc.
Hi, Gamma. This is Loft That's a cruise ship right back there, which gives cruises around the lake so people can see what it looks like. And there's also a yacht club right here for sailing on Lake Loch Lomond.
We used to have these flowers in our house on Tyler Lane. One of the pleasant things about living in Switzerland is the outdoor restaurants and all the flowers. Well, now I'm going to take you on a little tour of Lutry, the little village that we live above. This is the old tower and the winery. Little street down to the Grand Rue. Let's walk down there. I like this restaurant with the plantain trees that shade you when you eat outside. We celebrated Rusty's birthday here last year. The Grand Rue. Here's my favorite little patisserie. I like to come down here and have a croissant on the weekends. Here's the horse butcher. Chevalier horse. Unfortunately, they're closed today. This church dates from the 1100s. Okay, here we are at CPW. Thought you'd like to see our office and what it looks like. We'll start with the outside. We have a nice garden here. And those windows on the left that are open up there, that's our air conditioning. That's my office. So, come on in. Come on in, we'll show you the inside. Just step right this way. Here we are, CPW. Bonjour, Claudine.
Bonjour Charlie, bonjour Madame Gaillard.
Ça va bien?
Ça va bien et vous-même?
Ah oui. Il fait très beau aujourd'hui.
Il fait très beau et il fait très chaud.
Très chaud aussi.
Oui. Bonne journée.
Bonne journée. Bonjour, Elise.
Bonjour Charlie, comment ça va ce matin?
Ça va bien, merci. Et vous?
Ça va bien, très bien, merci beaucoup.
Mother, this is Elise Bryant. She's the most important person in the whole office.
That's just sheer exaggeration, Mrs. Gaillard.
She takes very good care of us.
Hello to you, and we'd love to see you here sometime.
And here is my office. Come in. My normal clutter, my coffee cup, good Nescafe coffee. The air conditioning with the windows open. And if you look out the window on a clear day, I hope you can see the mountains and the haze over there. On a clear day, you can see the lake and the mountains. It's absolutely beautiful. Here's some more of our office. We have General Mills Boulevard, Avenue Nestle, and as you can see, we have quite a nice office with the greenhouse effect. And down this way too. Here's our little dining room. We put the flags out for the nationalities represented at lunch. Only 2 out today, the British and the American. Usually more than that. And here's our kitchen. I wish our kitchen in our house were half as nice as this. Josette is our cook. She comes in and cooks us lunch. She's a wonderful cook. And then she cleans the office in the afternoon. Now I'm off to my French class. And I'll show you a castle near where I go for French. And this is one of my favorite places in all Switzerland. I think this chateau is just gorgeous. It's about 3 minutes from my office on my way to French. We're getting the full effect with the vineyards here in front of the chateau. This was built in about 1375, and the original family still lives here. Hard to believe. Now we're on the lake road above Vevey. I think this is kind of pretty. Those mountains in the distance are kind of hazy. Now looking across the lake into the French Alps. Now here's a shot across the road up into the vineyards. This is my favorite little village of Ypres, a little wine village on the lake. There's the wine press.
Quand on va groupe,
Well, as you can see, we're at the house again. And I just thought that I would show you what's happened to our roses in the last couple of days. They've really come out nicely. Not too bad. Jane had these put in. Now we'll just walk over here and show you what the mountains are like tonight. Here's Monsieur Blanc's field. We'll just zoom in on here. There are the mountains. The side yard. A little hazy. But you get the idea. Now I'm going to walk you down to the end of the street. I'll turn the camera off and show you what the mountains look like across the lake. walked about, 75 or 100 feet down to the end of the street. It's still a little hazy, as you can tell, but the mountains are nice. There's the lake. Can't really see the mountains at the end of the lake. There's some down in there. And then there are the mountains in France, the French Alps. And the lake. I'm sorry it's not clear. If we get a clear day, I'll come back and take some more. But not a bad view. A hunter hunting for the mice in the field. Well, this is Vevey on market day. We're looking down into the street of the old village. Here's the old greenery. You buy a glass for 8 francs, you get unlimited wheat bills at the local line. A little early in the day for me for that. It's about 11 o'clock. And the hustle and the bustle of the marketplace.
écoutez, vous ferez cela avec n'importe quel légume. Un enfant qui n'aime pas spécialement les légumes, si vous lui coupez des légumes comme ça, peut-être arriverez-vous à en faire un végétarien ou un bon à rien. Et alors, une deuxième épaisseur, et la deuxième épaisseur...
Menu, mushrooms, sausage, spaghetti, and over here, horse. Building. It's a very elegant building. That's it through the trees with the Swiss flag on top. And I'll just pan through the garden here. Very elegant surroundings. And show you that it's right on the lake. Swans down there. Again, the mountains across the lake, but it's a very hazy day today. Sailboat out there. I'll try to get some more of the grounds. A little more of the Nestle building. And the grounds. Quite lovely, as you can see. This is taken with the lake to my back, so they have a beautiful view from inside the building out across the lake. Very elegant dining room up on the top floor. Terrific food, nice wines, good service, and a great view.
Charlie taking a picture of you
For you.
of Nestle. If Charlie's going to get caught by the guards. Here is the lake again, and the train, the vineyards.
More of Vevey. The beautiful town of Vevey. Actually, this isn't the town, this is the countryside beside it. Well, now we're in Ushi, one of my favorite little towns along the lake here. The suburb of Lausanne. There's Jane overlooking out at the lake. We come down here at night and walk along the lake and buy an ice cream cone. The whole area is planted just beautifully. There's the Chateau d'Uchy in the 11th century. Very Swiss in its precision. This is the kind of house I thought we'd live in when we got here. Can just barely make it out through the trees. Instead of our little farmhouse. Now you can see that house. Great view of the lake. Now we're in a little village called Saint-Sulpice, which is just delightful. And we have here a Romanesque church dating from the 11th century, 1000s, 1,000 years old. I think it's just gorgeous, a little bright up there. I can't get back any further to give you the whole perspective. I'll take a picture from the other side. There's Lausanne over there in the distance. The lady we know. All of this area was originally settled by the Romans. Here's some of the Roman ruins, right in the city of Lausanne. Not particularly attractive, but interesting. And you can see the mosaic floor. Well, Gamma, that's the end of Gamma's Travelogue. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope it gave you a little idea of what life in the most beautiful country in the world is like for the Gaillard family. We're really sorry that you're not here so that we can show it to you in person, but we hope that you enjoyed the film and you got to see a little bit of life with us in Switzerland. Goodbye.